Hello, dear students. How are you? Hope you're all doing good and taking utmost care, especially against coronavirus. And as ministry has stated, certain guidelines you have to follow. And similarly, you need to be careful about yourself and about your family members, and avoid assembling in group until and unless it's required. Okay. Let's talk about today's class. As you can see, we are in week 3. Because of the circumstances, we are going for online classes. Hopefully, it will be more interactive time to come. And let's start. Okay. As indicated, you have to press the sound icon below, subsequently play button for getting audio lecture. Okay. What is a group? We all know that we walk most of the time in bunch of people walking, and we call them as group. Okay. Of course, there is one more term that we often use in our business world: team. Okay, group and team are similar. However, there is a significant difference we'll talk about later, because we are touching upon the group today. So as you can see, the group is a collection of individuals who have regular contact and frequent interaction. They have mutual influence on each other, and of course they have a common objective to work on. A group works towards achieving a common set of goals. People join to work to achieve certain preset goals. Alright? Okay. Do we have types? Certainly we do have different types of group than those mentioned on your screen. We have formal groups, informal groups, primary groups, secondary groups, social groups. As I said, there are different types of group apart from the one which has been mentioned. So we are touching upon some of the groups which are little more important in terms of your understanding at this juncture. As the name says, formal group, people join this type of groups when they have a common formal agenda, formal group to be achieved. For example, people in organization, they might become a part of a group, and their agenda, as I said, their aim, the objective is to attain certain preset goals. Okay. Similarly, when there is formal groups, there are informal groups. Informal groups are those groups primarily talks about things that they think that they can work together based on their convenience, based on their objective personal interest, based upon their convenience, based upon their common factors, whatever the liking, age group, maybe that they come from same background, same region, so on and so forth. This could be one of the classic example. You and your friend thought of making it to a group project, and first initially you formalized at your personal end, you mobilized your people to work on informally, then you formed a group that might turn up into a formal group depending upon the objectives. The third category is the primary group. Primary group comes with a clear-cut objective, set goals, pre-set agenda, and they exist as long as those objectives are not being achieved. The moment they achieve, they might disintegrate into groups, or they might continue to achieve some other objectives. Secondary groups also similar to primary. However, the reason for these groups are not the basic what we are talking about, rather than having a secondary motive, or second type of objectives, or which are not predominantly, which are not being primarily or focused on the main groups. The last but not the least is a social group. The best example is you and your friends. The way you people sit in your class, you sit with a pattern because you like somebody, maybe because of you have studied before somewhere, or because of you are from the same background, because you are all working in a same set of organization, or a different reasons, whatever could be. And those types of formations, okay, we call them as social groups. Simple example: Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, they're all groups, right? Based on their liking, based upon their different patterns. For example, as I said, they come from same village, they come from similar age group, they come from same background in terms of their qualification, in terms of their hobbies, and so on. Hope you're understanding. Don't worry about anything. In case you are not understanding, this is just a first class. Remember, if you're not able to understand, there's always a way to write a feedback on an email, and inshallah I'll make it a point to rectify, to come up with something more based on your feedback. But your feedback plays an element, primary, role in shaping up the next things. I on mine can do 101 things, but those are all not important, because what is important is how much you are able to understand. That makes, that will have somewhere that get converted into the results. All right, that's more important. Yes, this topic is basically an important topic. Why did I say important? Very simple reason. When we are working in group, then they are definitely bound to have the difference of opinions. There is, if you are working solo, single, as one person, definitely there will be a difference of opinion. The difference of opinions arises when you are two or more. The more the number of people, the more the difference of opinion. Sometimes this difference of opinion, if they are not sorted out, they turn up into a conflict. As the definition says here, conflict is a difference of opinion or a clash of individual intent on a particular issue. It can be on personal basis, racial, on the basis of religion, sentiments, political, social, or cultural. Sometimes it can emerge out of an unprecedented situation. Might be people react to a certain thing which has been for the first time. Definitely there is no precedence people to act or react. Okay, similarly, then what is the difference that lies in dispute? If I want to talk about the gravity, okay, when you are working in an organization, let us not have a situation when argument gets into conflict gets into disputes. If you are not solving those conflicts or the differences of opinion, then definitely things will get into the shape of dispute. Dispute becomes more strong in terms of its negative impact. Dispute is an argument or disagreement between people or group. It is some severe, of course, it is more severe than conflict. Usually dispute takes place when there are violations of set of rules and regulations at workplace or outside the workplace. And certainly, since it's a violation of the rules and regulation, and the settlement calls for a proper mechanism or process to fix them. The simple example is, in an organization, people follow certain rules. If the violation is happening time and again, and people are not being questioned, then definitely there exists, this will have a repercussion, this will have an impact on the productivity which the organization might not like. And the violators will be asked to give the explanation. If explanation is not suffice, then they might be handled in a different manner in terms of giving the penalty, in terms of giving the memo, something which is as per the norms of the company or organization.